channel. So today I thought I would do a drugstore tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. In fact, I think the last time I did a drugstore tutorial was when I did my back to school makeup tutorial, which was in August, and now it's December, almost January. So it is long overdue for me to do a drugstore tutorial. So my plan for this video is to use 100% drugstore items. The only thing that will not be drugstore is my brushes. I don't have any drugstore brushes, so I have to use the ones that I have, but other than that, everything is going to be drugstore products. A lot of these I haven't used yet, so it'll kind of be like a first impressions / tutorial, but I'm going to try to make it super quick and not be too chatty. So the first thing I want to do is pin back my hair. Okay, let's start with foundation. Actually, let's start with an eye depuffer. It's the one thing I forgot to get out. So as you can see, I do have some pretty bad under eye circles, so I will be using the Covergirl plus Olay, the depuffer, to just try to get some of this puffiness to go away. The good thing about this depuffer is it's also like slightly a concealer. Actually, you probably could get away with just using this as a concealer, but I'm going to use another one also because I have really bad under eye circles. Now let's put on foundation. So the foundation I will be using is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Fresh Complexion Oil-Free Foundation in the color 110. So for this, I did make an entire video where I show you how I use this, but I just put a little bit on the back of my hand and then I'm going to apply it with a beauty blender. Now let's move on to concealer. So the concealer I will be using is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle Treatment. This is the pink one. This I love. It is such a good quality concealer for being drugstore. It really helps to conceal your dark circles like magic. It's crazy. So I like to put that all over my under eyes and then just kind of drag it down a little bit to my cheeks. That way it also brightens like my face as well as conceals my under eyes. I want to set everything on my face, so for that I will be using the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder in the color 12 Buff Beige, and I will be putting this on with just a big fluffy face brush, and I'm going to pat it all over my face, and then I'm also going to go back with a little tiny brush and set my under eye concealer as well. Don't want any of that creasing. Okay, next let's move on to eyebrows. So for eyebrows, I'm going to be using a brand new product. I've actually never used a drugstore eyebrow product before, surprisingly. So this is my first, and this is the Loreal Designer Brow Stylist Designer eyebrow pencil in the color blonde. So it looks like this. One side is a little spoolie brush, which I love, and then the other side is a pencil eyebrow pencil. So I'm going to start off by brushing through my brows with the spoolie side. Then with the pencil side, I'm going to outline my brows and then color them in. Break here so you can see the difference between the eyebrow that's colored in and the eyebrow that is not colored in. I will say this obviously does not work quite as well as some of the more high-end brow products like the Anastasia brow products or the Hourglass eyebrow products, but I mean, it gets the job done. It just takes a tiny bit longer than it would if I was using something that was a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more easy to work with. But I mean, it gets the job done, so I can't complain. Right, so enough fussing with the brows. Let's move on to eyeshadow. So as an eyeshadow base and an eyeshadow color, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the color Bad to the Bronze. I just want to apply this with my finger. It actually, I think, applies best with your finger as opposed to trying to use a brush with it. So I am going to... Ew, there's a hair stuck to my finger. I'm going to just use my ring finger and just kind of dot this on my eyelids as a base. Okay, so you can definitely leave it at just that, but I'm going to show you how to kind of spice it up just a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with a crease color, and for that I will be using the Milani Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow in the color 4 Bella Café. So this is just a really pretty like matte mid-tone brown color. So I'm going to go in with my Sigma E35 blending brush and just put this in the crease of my eye. I'm also going to go in with a pencil brush and just take this Bella Café eyeshadow and line my lower lash line with it as well. You can skip this step, but this just kind of adds a little bit more definition to your eyeshadow to make your eyes look a little bit more complete. And I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Carbon Black Extra Intense Liquid Eye Pencil in the color Carbon Black. So this is just a black pencil liner. It's very similar to like the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils. It kind of has that same gel-like consistency. So I'm just going to go in and line my upper lid, whoops, the back of it fell off, my upper lash line and then my lower waterline. Now it's time for mascara. This is my all-time favorite drugstore mascara. This is Maybelline The Rocket in the color Very Black. So I'm going to go in and put 2 coats of this on my upper lashes and 1 coat on my lower lashes. Moving on to bronzer. So for bronzer I am using the Jane bronzer in the color Inspire. I think this was the lightest one that they had. I do not recall. There might have been one that was a little bit lighter, but I typically usually buy the lightest ones because I have very fair skin. So I'm going to apply that with the Sigma Duo Fiber F50 brush. So for bronzer, I do like to kind of sculpt out my cheekbones with the corner of the brush, kind of like that. And then I take the flat side of the brush and buff it out. So far, I think this bronzer is really good. This is the first time I've ever used it, but it looks like the color is perfect. It is a matte bronzer, so there is no shimmer in it. And I find that it's really hard to find a drugstore matte bronzer. And this one, I think is a really good one. So I think I'm gonna like this. Next, it's time for blush. So this is also the first time I have used this product. This is the Covergirl Clean Glow Blusher in the color Roses 100. So you can see it has like 3 different colors on it. I'm just gonna swirl them all together. This is a Sigma F40 brush. And then I'm going to put it on the apples of my cheeks and drag it back. It looks like this blush is not quite as pigmented as, you know, my favorites like the Tarte or the Hourglass, but it still gives off a really pretty glow, so I like it. Last step is my lips. So I have had super dry lips lately, so I'm gonna stay away from lipstick today, but instead I'm going to apply the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Crème Brulee. This is really hydrating and it smells like cake batter. Oh, it's amazing. So I'm just gonna apply lip gloss today, stay away from the lipstick. Alright, so that is the final look for ya. Super quick, super easy, and all with really affordable products. A lot of these are kind of like my staple go-to drugstore products, but I'm really liking this Jane bronzer. I think this is going to become one of my new favorites, most definitely. It reminds me a lot of the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any comments or questions, you know exactly where to leave those in that lovely comment section down below. If you would like to see more drugstore tutorials, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know what kind of products you'd like me to use in that comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye guys!